this chapter in your books, chapter 3, The Little Girl. Now first of all, I'll give you an introduction about this chapter. The Little Girl. The title of the story refers to the main character that we'll come across. That is a little girl named Kezia. Now the theme of this story is the relationship between children and their parents. And the writer, Catherine Mansfield, wants to tell us that children share a very important bond of love with their parents. Although when children are small, when they are young, they do not feel that their parents love them because their parents are strict, and many actions of the parents seem unjustified. But as children grow up, they realize that their parents did all the acts that were beneficial for the children. The parents were concerned for them, and beneath the strictness lies a heart full of love for the children. And this bond of love between the parents and their children has been highlighted through this story. Let us read the story. Now here, do you feel you know your parents better now than when you were much younger? Perhaps you now understand the reasons for some of their actions that used to upset you earlier. When we are small, when we are very small, we do not know why our parents are being strict with us. But as we grow older, we become mature and we realize why they were being strict with us. And when we realize that thing, then we also realize that our parents love us. So even you, all the children, you all can also relate to this. You all can also feel that when you were younger than what you are at present, the actions that your parents did, the strictness that they had towards you was for your betterment. And as you will grow older and older, you will realize that in the past, whatever acts your parents did were for your betterment, and in fact, they really love you. This story about a little girl whose feelings for her father change from fear to understanding will probably find an echo in every home. Now, what do we mean by will probably find an echo in every home? This means that all the children will also feel the same way. So you all can relate to the feelings of little girl Kezia. Just like Kezia is full of fear towards her father, and later on she understands his behavior and feels that he was concerned and he loved her, all the children also have the same feelings towards their parents, and so you can relate to Kezia's story very well. So now let us begin reading the story. To the little girl, he was a figure to be feared and avoided. A figure to be feared means a person to be feared. And who is the figure to be feared over here? Kezia's father. So this he refers to Kezia's father, and the little girl is Kezia. So the opening line of the story is indicating the fear that Kezia has for her father. And as she is fearful of her father, she tries to avoid him. She tries to remain away from him. Every morning before going to work, he came into her room and gave her a casual kiss, to which she responded with, "Goodbye, father." So every morning before going to work, Kezia's father would visit her in her room and give her a casual kiss. And in reply, Kezia would say, "Goodbye, father." So this action of Kezia's father indicates his love for Kezia. And there was a glad sense of relief when she heard the noise of the carriage growing fainter and fainter down the long road. Carriage is like a horse cart, which was a means of conveyance used in the olden times. Now, glad sense of relief means feeling relaxed. And fainter means lesser or reducing. So here we can make out the fear that Kezia has for her father. The writer says that when Kezia heard that her father's carriage was going away from home, he was leaving home, and the sounds became fainter and fainter fainter, that means the sounds reduced, Kezia would have a sense of relaxation. She would feel relieved that her father had left. Now, why did she feel relieved? Because she feared her father. She was afraid of him, and so she was relieved when he left the home. In the evening, when he came home, she stood near the staircase and heard his loud voice in the hall. Now in the evening, when Kezia's father would return home, she heard his loud voice, and this loud voice again made her feel afraid of him. And what did her father say? Bring my tea into the drawing room. Hasn't the paper come yet? Mother, go and see if my paper's out there, and bring me my slippers. So, just as Kezia's father returned home, he would start ordering all different things. He would say that bring my tea into the drawing room. He wanted his tea. He wanted the newspaper. He would ask his mother to go and see if the newspaper was there outside the house, and he would ask her to get him his slippers also. And then further, Kezia, mother would call to her, if you're a good girl, you can come down and take off father's boots. So Kezia's mother would call out to her and ask her to remove her father's boots. Slowly, the girl would slip down the stairs, more slowly still across the hall, and push open the drawing room door. Slip down means come down quietly and unwillingly. So again we see Kezia's fear for her father. That is why she would come down the stairs quietly and unwillingly. Unwillingly because she did not want to face her father. She feared him. By the time he had his spectacles on and looked at her over them in a way that was terrifying to the little girl. Now just imagine, Kezia's father is sitting in the drawing room on the sofa and he is wearing his spectacles, and he is looking at Kezia over the spectacles. Now the way in which he looked at her terrified her. She was horrified because maybe it seemed to her that he was staring at her. Well, Kezia, hurry up and pull off these boots and take them outside. Have you been a good girl today? Now Kezia was reluctant. She was slow in her motion. And so her father would tell her to hurry up and remove his boots and keep them out of the room. And then he would ask her that, was she a good girl that day? And Kezia replied, I don't know, father. So why is she stammering? Because she is not confident. You are not confident when you have any feeling of fear. You don't know? If you stutter like that, mother will have to take you to the doctor. Stutter means to stammer, to speak with pauses. So here, Kezia's father is copying her, and he also stammers like she did, and he says that if she would stammer like that, then mother would have to take her to the doctor for a checkup. She never stuttered with other people, had quite given it up, but only with father, because then she was trying so hard to say the words properly. Given it up means stopped doing it, and trying so hard means making a lot of effort. Now here the writer tells us that Kezia never stammered while she spoke to other people. It was only when she talked to her father that she felt and she lacked confidence, and that is why she tried very hard to speak properly and she stammered. What's the matter? What are you looking so wretched about? Wretched means unhappy, sad. Mother, I wish you taught this child not to appear on the brink of suicide. On the brink of suicide means about to commit suicide, and suicide is to kill oneself. Here, Kezia, carry my teacup back to the table carefully. Now, when Kezia's father looks at her, he feels that something is wrong with her, and he asks her that why she's so unhappy. And then he tells to the mother that she should teach Kezia to behave in a better way, and she should not appear that she is so unhappy that she is about to end her life. So he wants to say that Kezia seemed to be so unhappy with her life that it seemed that she did not want to live any longer. He was so big, his hands and his neck, especially his mouth when he yawned. Thinking about him alone was like thinking about a giant. Now here, this is the feeling, this is the vision that Kezia has for her father. She feels that her father was so big, he was just like a giant. And then the writer says that Kezia felt that his hands and his neck and his mouth were all so huge, especially when he yawned. It seemed as if he was a huge monster. And then whenever Kezia thought about her father, she felt that she was thinking about a giant. On Sunday afternoons, grandmother sent her down to the drawing room to have a nice talk with father and mother. So every Sunday during the afternoon, Kezia's grandmother sent her downstairs to the drawing room in order to have a nice talk with her parents. So Kezia was supposed to behave in a nice and decent way in front of her parents, and they had a formal get-together. But the little girl always found mother reading and father stretched out on the sofa, his handkerchief on his face, his feet on one of the best cushions, sleeping soundly and snoring. Snoring is the sound produced by some people when they are asleep. So here we feel that Kezia felt a bit neglected. Every Sunday afternoon when she went to her parents to meet them in the drawing room to have a nice talk with them, they were busy doing their own things. Her mother was busy reading and her father was busy sleeping and snoring. So Kezia had this image of her parents in her mind. They did not talk with her, they did not spend time with her. On the other hand, they were busy doing their own things. Here you can see this is the vision that Kezia has about her parents. Rather than spending time with her, talking to her, discussing things with her, her mother is busy reading and her father is sleeping. So I would like to tell all parents that you should spend time with your children rather than being just busy doing your own work. She sat on a stool, gravely watched him until he woke and stretched, and asked the time, then looked at her. Gravely means seriously. So all the while Kezia's father was asleep, she would just sit on a stool and watch him carefully till the time he would wake up and stretch his body, and then he would ask the time and then he would look at Kezia. Don't stare so, Kezia. You look like a little brown owl. So Kezia's father would compare Kezia to a little brown owl. He would say that Kezia was staring at him just like an owl does. One day, when she was kept indoors with a cold, her grandmother told her that father's birthday was next week and suggested she should make him a pin cushion for a gift out of a beautiful piece of yellow silk. Now Kezia was not well, she had a cold, and so she was supposed to stay at home. So her grandmother suggested to Kezia that as she was at home and her father's birthday was approaching, she could make a birthday gift for him. And her grandmother gave her an idea what to make. She suggested that Kezia should make a pin cushion for him. And she also gave her yellow colored fabric of silk to make the cushion. Laboriously, with a double cotton, the little girl stitched 3 sides. Laboriously means with a lot of effort or difficulty. Now Kezia put in a lot of effort to make the birthday gift. She used double cotton, refers to a thread, and she stitched 3 sides of the cushion. But what to fill it with? That was the question. Now Kezia had prepared the bag shape of the cushion, and yet she was supposed to stitch the 4th side. Before that she had to fill the cushion with something, and she did not know what to fill the cushion with. The grandmother was out in the garden and she wandered into mother's bedroom to look for scraps. Wandered into means went into by chance, and scraps are small pieces of cloth or paper etc. that are not needed. So old, torn confused that what should she use to fill the cushion with. As her grandmother was out in the garden, she was just looking for something and she reached her mother's bedroom. She was looking for some bits of paper and cloth to stuff into the cushion. On the bed table, she discovered a great many sheets of fine paper, gathered them up, tore them into tiny pieces and stuffed her case, that then sewed up the fourth side. Now Kezia is a small little girl. She is very young. She does not know so many things. Now what she did, on the bedside table she found a heap of sheets of paper. So she just gathered all the sheets, she tore them, she made tiny pieces of the sheets and she stuffed those pieces of paper into the cushion. And then she stitched the fourth side of the cushion and she had prepared the birthday gift for her father. So many of you can relate to Kezia's act. Many children do such things unknowingly. They do not intend to create any mischief or harm anyone, but they end up doing it. Now Kezia had torn some important papers and that night there was a hue and cry in the house. Father's great speech for the Port Authority had been lost. Hue and cry means angry protest. Now there was a lot of shouting in the house because Kezia's father had prepared a speech for the Port Authority for a particular meeting and he was unable to find the speech. Now we all know where has the speech gone. It has been torn into tiny pieces and Kezia has stuffed it into the cushion. Rooms were searched, servants were questioned. Finally, mother came into Kezia's room. Now, the family searched everywhere. They asked the servants, but no one knew where the sheets of paper had gone. And finally, the mother reached Kezia's room. Kezia, I suppose you didn't see some papers on a table in our room? So Kezia's mother asks her that, did she see some papers lying on a table in her mother's room? Oh yes, she said. I tore them up for my surprise. Now here we get to see that Kezia is an innocent girl. She did not intend to harm anyone. She was just preparing her birthday gift. And so very truly she tells her mother that she found some sheets of paper and she needed them to stuff them into the cushion. So she tore them and prepared her surprise. That is the birthday gift that she has prepared for her father. So unknowingly Kezia has done a great disaster. What? Screamed mother. Come straight down to the dining room this instant. Now Kezia's mother is so furious when she comes to know that Kezia has torn the speech that her father is looking for. And so she orders Kezia to come down into the dining room at that very moment. And she was dragged down to where father was pacing to and fro, hands behind his back. Now Kezia's father is full of tension. His important document has been lost. Kezia has torn it into pieces and so now Kezia will be scolded for the mischief that she has done. Well, he said sharply. Mother explained. He stopped and stared at the child. Did you do that? No, she whispered. Mother, go up to her room and fetch down the damned thing. See that the child's put to bed this instant. The damned thing is used to express anger at something. Now, why is Kezia's father referring to the cushion that she has prepared as a damned thing because he is angry at the cushion? Because Kezia has torn his important documents to prepare it. Now, he is very angry with Kezia and he stares at her and says that, did you do that? Kezia is so scared that she is again stammering. And then Kezia's father orders the mother to go and bring that cushion downstairs and asks her to put Kezia to bed.